such a fun reading Phoebe today. We'll be reading Tinkerbell and the Pirate Fairy. Tinkerbell and the Pirate Fairy. Tinkerbell and the Pirate Fairy. One beautiful day in Pixie Hollow, Rosetta, Silvermist, and Iridessa were planting sunflowers when Zarina walked past. I didn't know fairies walked. I thought they flew. Whee! Hey, Zarina, the Pixie Dust again? Asked Rosetta. Fairies use pixie dust to fly, but Zarina preferred to walk. Oh, just out of troll, you know me, Zarina said. No, really don't. Really don't. Zarina was a dust keeper fairy, and one day it was her turn to pour the special blue pixie dust in the pixie dust tree. The blue pixie dust was powerful. Mixing it with golden pixie dust made the gold dust multiply. Zarina asked Fairy Gary, the dust keeper, if they could make other colours of pixie dust. Fairy Gary warned her, dust keepers are forbidden to tamper with pixie dust. Zarina had secretly been saving up her pixie dust after finding a speck of blue pixie dust in her hair. Zarina was inspired to try one of her many failed pixie dust experiments again. This time, adding a tiny bit of the blue dust speck, the golden dust turned orange. Zarina shared her discovery with Tinkerbell. The new orange dust allowed Zarina to bend a moonbeam. Wonder what that means. Zarina wanted to experiment more, but Tink was concerned. Zarina, I really think you should stop, she said firmly. Zarina turned and accidentally bumped into a plant, spilling all of the new pink dust on it. The plant fans grew quickly, bursting out of Zarina's cottage and spreading all over Pixie Hollow. They even crushed the dust depot. Zarina couldn't believe the damage. When Fairy Gary saw the pink dust, he knew Zarina had been experimenting with pixie dust. He told Zarina she could no longer be a dust keeper fairy. You were told not to tamper with pixie dust. She was devastated. She rushed back home, packed her things, and left Pixie Hollow. Dun, dun, dun. One year later, the fairies were celebrating the Four Seasons Festival. Winter, summer, autumn, spring. Wow, Periwinkle dazzled the crowd at the amphitheater with her ice skating skills. Dodging stuff, you know. Tink and her friends were backstage working on their act for the show. As everyone watched Periwinkle's performance, Tinkerbell saw a fairy sprinkling dust behind the crown. Wait, is that Zarina? Asked Tink. The pink pixie dust. Oh. Suddenly, flowers sprouted in the amphitheater, and then they burst open and sprayed pollen into the air. Rosetta knew it would make everyone fall asleep. Guys, we got to hide now. I'm falling asleep now as well. So true. So true. It might work in real life too. Even after Tink and her friends came out of hiding, they discovered the blue pixie dust was missing. They followed its blue glow to a rowing boat where they saw Zarina showing the bag of blue dust to the pirates. Tinkerbell assumed that the pirates had made Zarina take the dust, but then the fairies watched and shrugged as a pirate called James said to Zarina, "Let me say, your plan worked perfectly, Captain." So, you're telling me that fairy is a captain of a pirate ship when she's the smallest one there? I see that in every single movie I watch. It's so true though. And she literally just joined, The fairy snatched the bag of blue pixie dust from the pirates and flew away from the boat. "Give me back that pixie dust!" shouted Serena as she chased after them. Serena threw multicolored dust at the fairies, knocking them through a waterfall and out cold. Serena took back the bag of blue pixie dust and flew off. When the fairies woke, they discovered that the dust had swapped all the talents and their outfits. Oof. Hold on. Tinkerbell's wearing blue and green. There's one that she wear blue. The fairies found the pirate ship that the rowing boat had been taking the blue pixie dust to, and they sneaked aboard. The ship sailed to Skull Rock, where inside Zarina had grown a pixie dust tree. On her own? The pirates wanted the pixie dust from the tree to make their ship fly. Some of the fairies sneaked into Zarina's cabin, where they listened to James and Zarina's plan. The others tried to listen from outside. James watched Zarina preparing the blue pixie dust. "So, the secret is to put the blue dust directly onto the tree." Very impressive, Captain. Very impressive. Inside Skull Rock, Zarina and James made their way to the tree. Slowly, Zarina tipped a container of blue dust onto the dust. Zarina tipped a container of blue dust onto the dust well of the tree. Okay. Then she saw the fairies. Zarina drew her sword, and called the pirate friends who caught the fairies in nets. Zarina, don't do this. Come back home, begged Tinkerbell. "I'll never go back to Pixie Hollow," answered Zarina. "This is exactly where I belong now." Firstly, how did they even catch them? And they're so tiny and they're so gigantic. Tink and the others were taken to the gallery where the ships cook them into an old crab cage. Were there actual real crabs in there? The fairies tried their best to escape, but they were locked up tight. Meanwhile, Zarina added blue pixie dust to the tree, which started to make golden dust float. The pirates cheered. Their plan had been successful. Zarina sprinkled the golden dust on James. She taught him to fly, and they soared through the air together. But when they landed on the ship, James locked Zarina in the lantern. Now that he had the dust, he revealed he had been using her. He had never been her friend. The moral is never, ever, ever, ever trust pirates. It's just a terrible idea. Like, in every single movie, it's just a terrible idea. The fairies finally managed to escape. How? They did not want Zarina to get hurt. Despite her actions, they rushed to help. Their misguided friend Zarina was grateful to Tink and her friends. She apologized and offered them to catch James. Zarina led the fairies to the flying ship, and they slipped into the captain's cabin undetected and repaired, looking like swashbucklers. What are those? But the fairies struggled to fight the pirates with their tiny swords. Yeah, I thought so. They realized that if they used their talents together, they could defeat the pirates. Like, exactly, like he had powers for a reason. Fawn used her new light talent to shoot scorching light beams down at the pirates. Interesting. While Zarina and James fought, the ship started to tip over. James clung to the mast, trying not to fall in the sea. Zarina grabbed the vial of blue pixie dust that he had around his neck. But then he saw the golden pixie dust start to fall from the ship into the sea. He reached for it and fell. James covered himself with golden pixie dust so that he could fly up and take back the blue dust from Zarina. But one tiny speck of blue dust fell from the vial, and Zarina threw it at James. That made the pixie dust multiply all over James, and he flew wildly right into the ocean. The fairies congratulated each other on defeating the pirates and turning the ship around. Zarina, Tink, and the other fairies flew the ship back to Pixie Hollow, and Zarina used her dust to wake up everyone in the amphitheater. Everyone was happy that Zarina had come back home. The fairies returned the blue dust to the vault, and Pixie Hollow was saved. Yay! you guys like this video, if you did, smash that like button, hit the bell notification, subscribe so you can see the rest of my videos. Bye!